This is the children's area of the library. The walls were pretty beat up and they needed to be redone. So we painted all of the walls in this area, and up above this door, going up the stairwell, you'll see that in a minute. All the area around the bookshelves, which was kind of beat up from books, of all the back and forth from books being put in and out of the shelves and stuff like that, got kind of beat up. The doors were the same color as the wall, but the finish on them was not as shiny, so we upgraded that a little bit and made them more durable. So they stand up to the abuse that they take on a daily basis. This is an elevator door, and you have to use special enamel on that so it doesn't take a beating. It's a metal door. It's a little bit different than painting a wood door. So we wanted that to match. And this is actually a chalkboard paint. So they can write on that with chalk, erase it, and it's something we've done a few times and kids love it. So over here there were some challenges with the architecture of the building. The outside wall is rounded, and there's a rounded feature here. This soffit is rounded, and it's really tough getting in some of these spots. The window sills are actually on an angle, so it's a little bit different. Nothing that was too challenging, but we just like the shape of the walls in this area. It's definitely unique. Going up the staircase here, you have a railing. It was very difficult getting the ladder to set up properly here. That took some extra work, but the stairwell is rounded, and it's not exactly the easiest place to set up a ladder. Up the stairs here, you see a window well, and that was tough getting the bed to lean over and kind of try not to fall in the window. Up in this area, there were some windows that were replaced, and the woodwork that was put in, a lot of it was new, that was put in around the windows. And we needed to work to get the stain on the window trim to look like the old stain. The window trim they put in was brand new, but the rest of the woodwork in the room is very, very old. So it took quite a bit of work getting that to look like the old trim that's in the rest of the room. That would have been really silly looking to see that without the stain to match the rest of the woodwork in the room. So that's something we spent a lot of time on, but now it's finished forever, and it matches so closely, no one's ever gonna know that that window is just a few years old and the rest of the building is very old. Over here, this window is the same as the window we saw on the other side. Very old woodwork in the rest of the room, but the woodwork around the window is very new, just a few years old, not even, a couple years old. So that had to be stained and clear coated to match the rest of the trim in the room. Nothing we haven't done before over the years. This is a challenge because this is definitely not something I would recommend to somebody who is learning the trade or is new in the business. There's a lot that goes into getting that stain looking the way that it needs to look to match. And also too, something that has to be taken into consideration is this woodwork is going to age now. So we want the new woodwork to age consistent with the way that the old woodwork is aging. So that has to be taken into consideration. I have a pretty good idea of how they're going to age. That's a part of the formulation of putting this stain together. That's something that you need to know.